Hello, it's me, Leslie Bray-Brewer, outside on a sunny day, and usually I say it's me down at the well. I'm not at the well. I'm Leslie from the well, but I'm at the Walnut Cove Public Library today. It is Thursday, May 16th, and this is day 26 of Watch Walnut Cove again. Go back and watch last year's Watch Walnut Cove, 50 days. Tells you all about the move of God in Walnut Cove, but now we're watching Walnut Cove again this spring for 50 days, counting from Passover to Pentecost with that counting of the Omer 50 days. That's another story. But why am I at the library, you may ask? Were you asking that? Because if you were, I have the answer for you. I'm here. Can you pan that way? Can you see? I don't know if you can see those people on the hill. I'm here with Caroline Rutledge Armijo, who is the head of the Lilies Project. She received a big grant that could come to Walnut Cove to use art, repurpose things to make art in this town for health reasons, for spirituality reasons, for community unity purposes. So Caroline is working on that grant, the Lilies Project, TLP. She's done some awesome things, but one thing I'm so excited about, and that's why I wore specifically this shirt with the big flower on it, colorful, bright flower, is she's going to take, here Abigail, let's go a little bit farther over here. She's going to take this bank, just sort of pan around that bank, Abigail, see? She's going to take this bank that looks really just kind of now. See how it's all the way there. It's just dirt and sticks, and it's a little trashy because years ago there were trees up there and people would come hide out and drink and do stuff they shouldn't have. So there's glass and all sorts of stuff that needs to be removed. So Caroline and the Lilies Project and the people up there and my kids and me and anybody who wants to help with that, we're going to repurpose this. Oh, I get so excited. We're going to repurpose this entire area. It goes all the way nearly to where the driver's license office is. If you're from Walnut Cove, you know what I'm talking about. Up there to the Boy Scout hut, which is that building there. All the way this way to the road, which is right in front of Walnut Cove Healthcare and Walnut Ridge Assisted Living, where you have the elderly who, if they could get out, might like a beautiful green space that they could walk across the road and sit, you know, like in a little shelter, a little gazebo among beautiful plantings. I mean, really, I hope next year, God willing, if I come back and do another Watch Walnut Cove again, then you might see a whole different place here when you see. Now, what they're talking about now, you've got Brian Hartman, who's come down from Danbury. He's our, like a horticulture type, agricultural type agent for our county. Brilliant man who does wonderful things, so helpful. He's up there now telling them the different plantings that we could do there to make it a beautiful space. Where they're standing right now, can you still see them and me? There you go. Where they're standing right now, they're talking about having a to the road, which would be, I guess that's 5th Street. They're talking about from where they are down to 5th Street, having like pine needles and a row of crepe myrtle trees. That would be so beautiful. We're gonna have to do this in phases, we've decided today. So that may be the first thing. They're talking about putting some other types of trees, native North Carolina type trees, like the dogwood, which is technically our state flower, but put the dogwood. They're talking about having flowers here, from wildflowers to just azalea bushes to just the typical pansies, petunias, things that are very hardy. It's gonna be so awesome. The Lilies Project, think of the name of it, Lilies, just gonna bring peace to our town like the peace lily. Jesus, you know, he was the lily of the valley. So I love what's going on here. And I'm gonna go back up and join the crowd, but I just wanted to let you know this, and you say, well, what on earth has this got to do with a move of God in Walnut Cove? Because this whole video series has been devoted to watch Walnut Cove again to see what God is doing here, the move of God. Well, if you think that the move of God is just all, you know, that you have people speaking in tongues, falling on the ground, miracles, signs, wonders, all that's cool, I love it. But when you see a town be transformed from a deteriorated town that's shrinking and everybody just wants to get out of it because it's this ugly and nobody's improving anything, when you see a town be transformed from that to a thriving town where everything is prospering, where people aren't even being asked to go beautify it or fix it. They're just volunteering, and they think, oh, goodness gracious, they think of it. I'm gonna tell you something. They didn't think of it on their own. They did think of it, but it came from God. Because I have maintained for 20 years now, longer than 20 years, that you only see transformation in the physical when you first have transformation in the spiritual. Oh God. So you've had intercessors in this town, people who stand in the gap and pray and say, God, transform our town. Take this decrepit town and transform it into a place for your glory. And if you think azaleas and pansies and crepe myrtles and beauty is not glorifying God, well, you're wrong. That's giving God glory by his creation being beautified the way he intended in the Garden of Eden. So when I say watch Walnut Cove again, and I'm saying this is part of the move of God, what we're doing today, it absolutely is, because the intercession, the prayer, the tearing down the demonic strongholds that want to keep things filthy and ugly and unimproved, that's devils. I'm just serious. That stuff that wants to keep a stronghold over a place, and it's biblical. Go read the book of Daniel for strongholds with powers and principalities, powers of the air. When these strongholds are torn down through prayer and intercession, then the spiritual things of God can thrive. We're going back to the Garden of Eden, back to the garden here. So I just want to tell you about that. They might be wondering why I don't come back up there and help them. So I got to get back up there. But thank you so much for watching Walnut Cove. Again, don't stop, because this is only the start of what God's going to do. And one day people are going to come to Walnut Cove and see it as a model for how they could go back and transform their own town. How? Only through the power of God. And why? Only for the glory of God. Woo, hallelujah. So I love you. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.